Bonjour everyone, a 4-1 win for Newcastle to send with through to the 4th round, and that's it confirmed. Joelinton scores, we're going to Wembley.
Winning the whole thing.
We're going to Wembley, it's as simple as that, it's done and dusted now.
Joelinton just doesn't score random goals.
It doesn't mean anything.
When we get to fucking Wembley.
Yeah, or close, like Spurs. So,
true, good point.
There's all meaning behind
You know
this,
what I mean?
yeah, it's logic. Yeah, it's no coincidence that he scored against Rochdale, scored against Tottenham, London, Wembley. It's all connected. It's all connecting. His first goal for months. Tom Allen, the youngster, puts it on a plate. Great little play by Andy Carroll.
Very good play.
The game was over at that point. They won it. Newcastle 3-0 up within half an hour or so.
Yeah.
Very comfortable stuff. Exactly what you want. I have to praise Steve Bruce today. I really do. We said it in the Team News Live. Big up Bruce. Strong team. Game plan to perfection. Something you would do on FIFA, something you should just do anyway.
Yeah.
What a lot of managers haven't done. Rafa didn't do it, a lot of managers didn't do it, where they start the strongest team, hopefully go a couple of goals up, you can then take them players off and rest them. We were allowed to do that today, went 3-0 up, he brought Almiron off, he brought Richie off.
Lascelles,
all three who were starting, who were questionable fitness. Almiron went off against Wolves, he's been working his socks off for weeks. Richie and Lascelles, mainly Lascelles, how fit was he? He looked fine, he started, got his minutes under his belt, got off, no injuries tonight, 4-1 win, Joelinton scores, Matty Longstaff scores. Yep. Matty I thought was class tonight.
Andy Carroll nearly scored.
Andy Carroll off the crossbar.
It was almost perfect.
89th minute was nearly a Charlie Sloth perfect. Fire in the booth. Fire St. James Park in the first half. Second half, slow, sluggish, game was already won. The players didn't really try it too much, but then we finished strongly last 20 minutes. Once we made the subs, I said bring Shelby on, and he managed to dictate play a bit better, didn't he? And
that was a good call.
I say, job well done from Newcastle tonight. And through the 4th round, Oxford United at home next Saturday. Honestly, it could be a good cup run, couldn't it? If it continues to be fortunate for ourselves.
Yeah, could be. Like I say, Brucey's playing strong teams, which is what we need. I think today, we're fortunate that we had a few players back, like Lascelles and Richie. A couple of others that were question marks, like Joelinton, Carroll. There was a few we didn't know what this team was going to be. I thought there might have been a little bit more youngins played in. Yeah, I'm quite pleased. Fernandez didn't play today. I think he needed a rest.
Definitely did.
Lejeune was a lot sharper than I expected. I think that's the best we've seen Lejeune since he's come back. Lejeune was very good today.
We know it's League One and we know it's Rochdale, but he was just quick off his feet, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. Everything just what you expect from Lejeune. He was fantastic. Really happy with today's performance. Like I say, I know it's only League One, but we should have done this in the first place. We shouldn't have even had to do this today. We should have just done this last week and had it wrapped up. That's what we could have done. Away to Rochdale, we could have been 3-0 up at half time, easy.
It was very similar. It was exactly the same.
It
was exactly the same. But today, every chance we had, we put it in the back of the net pretty much, and that's what the difference was. At Rochdale, were wasting chances. Yeah. We only 1-0 up, whereas we should have been about 3-4 up at half time.
Yeah, we did have a bit more killer instinct today. I think we did go for the win. I don't know if it was home advantage had we, but that shouldn't really matter. We should have put it away, but in the first leg, but. It doesn't matter, it's done now. Thankfully we came through with players uninjured. We still haven't got Muto and Key. We lost them away, but to be fair, that's not really the biggest of deals. Everyone came through today. Like I say, the main three substitutes, we needed them to stay fresh. We want them to play against Chelsea. So yeah, it's happy days. Great performance all around. Like I say, Brucey nailed it today. We've done really, really well. Second half was a little bit disappointing, a little bit boring. We're just constantly back passing. It was like a fucking game of rugby. We weren't allowed to pass it forward. We just keep going back and back and back. It was really annoying. But towards the end, we did pick up a little bit. Once Joelinton got that goal, we looked more like we were going to get a fifth. Say Carroll hit the bar. Carroll hit the bar. There was another couple that had chances. Once Joelinton scored, we did pick our heads up again a little bit, knowing we can't score against these instead of constantly negative passing sideways, backwards. But overall, happy days. Can't really complain too much. It's Rochdale. We knew it was going to come. We were 3-0 up at half time. The game was dead and buried. We didn't really need to go for blood. It was comfortable. But it's always nice to put on a performance, to score 4, 5, 6 goals at home. It's great to see. You don't want them to go 3-0 up in half an hour and be right, that's it. Because we've seen what happens. That could have ended up 3-3 if we did that. If we totally fell asleep, then who knows what might have happened. But we stuck at it. Great performance, 4 goals, happy days.
Very happy days, very professional days. I thought, like I say, Brucey nailed the team selection. The players nailed what they had to do.
Definitely.
It was great to see Matty on the score sheet saying Almiron. He looked like he was taking a bit too much time. Gifted on the play by the keeper, but he did it. Got to the back of the net. You can see what that goal's done to him. And then Joelinton gets the final one.
That's what we're over the moon for. Like, we're a little bit sarcastic when he scored. Like, way! But like, you see what it meant to him. Like, he ran straight over to Brucey.
That was good to see, wasn't it?
Bit emotional. Like, you can see like what it meant to him and how.
Thanks, Steve, for keeping faith in us. It was good to see.
It was a bit emotional. Like, you can tell like how happy he was, and we're buzzing about that. Like, we want him to be happy. Like, we don't want to like sit and criticise him and like deplete him. Like, if he sees the negativity on social media, like. We don't want that. We don't want him to go home miserable. Like, we want him to like just work harder. Like,
he did that night.
Today, I don't think his performance was great today. He was still a bit sloppy, but he got his goal. Hopefully, he can keep that going. Hopefully, he's got a bit.
That's what I was going to say. We'll get on to his performance in the player ratings, but can he then do it? Can he do it Almiron now? And can he hopefully continue the goal scoring streak?
It's Rochdale in the cup. Like, it's hardly Barcelona. Like,
it's gonna be a lot different come Saturday against Chelsea, innit?
Yeah, we'll see, but hopefully it is a kick up the arse that he needed. Put a smile on his face, put a smile on everyone's face, and hopefully you can see like how good it is. Like, it's your first competitive goal at St James's. Like, listen to the crowd. Look how happy Brucey was for you. The players that were for you.
Even the players, every player went over and sat on the back.
We can have this every week. If you just score every week, you can have this happy moment every single week. If you just try a little bit harder.
Confidence is a huge thing in a striker, and hopefully that can only do him good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think fair play to Brucey for keeping him on. He brought Alan on, which I was glad to see, but he put him on the bit more right.
Like right
and obviously he set him up. But it worked well because obviously to give Joey, it couldn't have went any better, to be honest, to give Joey a play to get his goal. Like we say, hopefully he kicks on. Richie, how good was it to see Matt Ritchie back back on St James's Park turf? And it really was, because he was class first off. He was influential. Everything was going through him. I said him first goal. I'm claiming it. He pretty much had it. A dangerous ball whipped in, gets to the own goal.
Great deliveries.
We've seen it time and time again. And he was busting the gut. He was shouting orders at everyone. It showed what a huge miss Richie is on the pitch. Like
you say, massive involvement. Like, you can claim the first goal as his. It was a massive own goal, but he had an involvement in the second one. I think when that was a substitute. I think when Almiron was going off or something like that. Like, he was over to Joelinton in the centre circle, giving him instructions, like telling him what to do. I don't know if he understood, because he speaks English. But like he's trying to coach. Like I said this last week, when Richie,
there's no leader on the pitch.
Yeah, when
Richie
and Lascelles come back, people like Joelinton can have like a massive boost, because like they can actually like lead the team. Like, in their absence, there's been no leaders. But with Richie, especially delivery, it was great today. And like people have been slating Joelinton for not scoring, but at the same time, he hasn't had great service.
Apart from away at Rochdale, it was the first time.
Yeah, and now he's got some service with Richie's delivery. Like since he's been out, like the end product hasn't been great. But Richie, when he's got space, can whip in a dangerous ball, and that's what him and particularly Carroll thrive off. Like, great delivery like that. Tall lads, strong lads that can get their head on the ball. Like, they've been missing that. Like, goals will come with delivery like that, and over the past few months, in particularly Richie's absence, we haven't had that at all.
And Bruce has said, he's going to take this FA Cup seriously. He took it seriously with Hull. He got them to the final. Yeah. The fans that we've interviewed today, a couple of them before everyone's got work and school and whatnot, tomorrow morning, have said, Steve Bruce got Hull to the FA Cup final. Can he get Newcastle to the final, Keg? That's the question I'm asking you.
Don't be silly. Of course he can.
Signed, sealed, delivered, man. Joelinton will tell you.
Yeah, the only issue is, I don't think my squad's deep or strong enough. Like, once we come up against one of the big boys, if they take it seriously as well, like Man City always take it seriously.
It's going to be a quarter final against Spurs or something. Mourinho will fuck over.
Liverpool played a much weakened side. If we played that Liverpool side, I think we could get a result. But when we play Man City, they play like a fucking £500 million team.
Yeah.
If we come up against them, obviously we'll give it everything we've got. We'll throw the kitchen sink at them. We're strongest possible team. So it's a possibility. We've got massive fortune playing Oxford. First time we could get to the 5th round in about 12 years this year. So like, that's another momentum. Like, if we get there, say, oh great, we haven't been this far in nearly 2 decades. Like, let's see how far we can go. Like, hopefully we can get past Oxford, and the next tie will be favourable to us. Like, we don't want like a Liverpool or a City. If we can get like a championship team or something great. Then we've got quarters, and we've got semis, and we're just touching distance. Like, we just need to take it one game at a time, and no fucking replays.
Less than the replays. Oxford 3 points. 3 goals, and the route to the next round would be lovely.
We've got it, especially at home. Let's say maybe it's like home field advantage was a deciding factor today. That's maybe why we couldn't get over the line at Rochdale. At home to Oxford, like there's no excuses. Like, Oxford's probably a better team than Rochdale now, like, because they're like 4th in the league. I think Rochdale's like 18th or something. So like, there's almost 20 spaces between them in League One. So probably going to get a harder test against Oxford, but we should definitely have more than enough. Like, there's no excuses. We can't be like, oh well, they're a little bit better than Rochdale. Nah, fuck that.
Yeah, there's still 2 divisions below us.
We need to put 3 goals past them at least, get the win, go to the 5th round, job done. See what happens from there.
Drop your comments below what you thought on tonight's game. 4-1 win over Rochdale. Subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV and enjoy yourself.